Hello, hello. See if I can push this up a little bit. Say hi when you jump on. I think my phone is a little crooked. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. That's better. I think. Hey, Cheryl. Good afternoon. Please say hi when you jump on. Sorry if you tried to jump on with me a minute ago. I forgot to turn my phone off and turn it back on. You know, that new thing that it's doing to me. Whatever. I don't know. You can see the shadow of my drink right there. I should probably move it, huh? I don't know where I'm going to move it to. Right here, maybe? I'm going to do that. I think that'll work. Hey, Renee. My lights are up here, so it was making a shadow. Sorry about that. Hopefully that'll work. What are you guys doing today? I'm drinking my green smoothie. This is my lunch like every day. And it takes me hours to drink because I make like 8 cups, so it's like a whole blender full. So I just drink on it forever, pretty much till dinner. But it's yummy. By the way, if any of you have would like my recipe, I'm more than happy to text it to you. Just text me and ask me for it. And I've been putting a little bit of orange juice, like just a splash of orange juice in it too, and it makes it taste like an orange Julius. It's crazy. It's really good. Hello, hello. Please say hi when you jump on. Okay, so we are doing Paper Pumpkin and with alternatives today. And this is the January 2021 Paper Pumpkin called Sending Hearts. And these are the 2 cards styles that it makes, and it makes 8 cards total. So for those of you that don't know, in your Paper Pumpkin box, which this is our standard Paper Pumpkin box, every once in a while it comes with a cute little design if they have a special box. But this is what it looks like most of the time. And in this cute little box, which I love these boxes because you can store them like this and it says the name and the date on it and everything. I think it says it's on the back too. So if you like to store your stuff in your box, you can. I don't, but you can. In the box, along with all the stuff to make the cards, which mine's not in here, is wrapped in this cute little tissue paper every month. You get a stamp set. This is a brand new one. I haven't opened this. This is my second box. You get a stamp set. And you also get a Stampin' Spot, which is a smaller version of a stamp pad. And so it works just as well. And it can be re-inked just like our regular stamp pads. So these are great. I keep all of mine because they're wonderful for travel and for some other really fun artistic techniques. And I love these. So I store all mine and kind of collect them, and yeah. So so that's what comes in your box. Plus your first box, you also get a paper pumpkin block, which is the same as our D size blocks. Now this is not an ergonomic block. This is an ergonomic block. I hope you can see the difference. This one's kind of dirty, sorry. They have a curved edge, and then it dips in for holding on to. So it's a little fancier, but these work just as good. Some people like them better, so it just depends on your preference. And these are also really great for using to tear and tape with. So I love mine for that. I know it's probably a funny reason to love your stamp block, but your first box comes with that. So really all you need to complete, it comes with all of your adhesive as well. I do recommend having a pair of good snips, which we have some available that look like this. These are some of the best snips on the planet. And I also recommend having a dry adhesive or a wet adhesive of your choice. And we, of course, sell the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue adhesive, which I love, and then also the Stampin' Seal, which is a dry rolling adhesive. So, beyond that, everything you need to make your stuff is in your box. And then what's really cool is you get to keep the stamp set and use forever, and your Stampin' Spot and use forever, which is in your first block as well. Now, in this stamp set, it has the really pretty heart of hearts. You've got a snail. This does coordinate with a few different stamp sets, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that this box coordinates with, which is really neat. And of course, the sentiments that are on here too, and your little kind of fun little design. So the only 4 stamps you're going to need today are the Heart of Hearts, the Sending Love Your Way, the You, and this little one with the hearts and flowers. If you want to do it just the way the box has you do it. But you can use these stamps for anything, of course, and you can change stuff up and do it the way you want to do it. So, but I did want to show you that. Obviously the stamp set doesn't come like this. You saw how it came. I put mine in these cute little sleeves. And I store one of the instruction things in there. It does come with an instruction manual that tells you everything you need to know to make your cards, and on the back it tells you what's in the kit, coordinating colors, and also some other ideas that you could do. So pretty cool. I'm going to move that out of the way. So these are the 2 cards that this kit makes, and let's talk about some of the coordinating supplies real quick before we start. So some of the coordinating supplies, oh wait, hold on, let me say hi to everybody. I don't, there's other people on. Please say hi when you jump on. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so this obviously coordinates with our Snailed It stamp bundle, which is the Snailed It stamps and the snail dies. So this snail right here cannot be punched out with these dies or cut out with these dies. It is unique. It is not like these, but it coordinates with, okay? But, well, I'll show you something else in a minute. Okay. So also the font is the same as the Hi Valentine and the Be Mine, which is really nice. So it coordinates with that as well. The cursive also coordinates and with another one as well. So I'll show you that in a minute too. So our snail mail bundle, or snail mail suite coordinates with this month. Another stamp set that coordinates with this month is the Forever and Always, which we happened to do last month. Okay, we happened to use this last month. And this one is the same love that you see here, but larger. So it's obviously smaller than the one that's in this stamp set, but it's exactly the same. And what's neat is that the love punch outs that you have in this card set are the exact same. So if you have this bundle, you can make more of these by stamping your love and die cutting it out with the background love, not the little skinny one, but this one right here. So that is really, really nice. Okay, so let's see. I think, yes, and the U right here is exactly the same as this U. So this font also coordinates with this stamp set as well. So they completely coordinate, which is really nice. I love this. They did such an amazing job. Now, that said, there are some other things that we have in our catalog that coordinate, and this isn't all of them, it's just some of them. But one of the things is the Always in My Heart set. This font is the same as well as the Forever and Always. They coordinate. So this font right here, the cursive matches the cursive in here. Okay, so that's really nice to know as well. So this also technically coordinates as well and has lots of really fun heart things on it. Now, that's all for the coordination per se, but we have lots of other stamp sets, and I'm not going to show them all, but one of the bundles in the spring catalog that is hearts, so it would work with it, which is really nice, is the lots of hearts. In fact, you could cut this, use one of these small heart dies and cut out some of that stamp if you wanted to. It is not the same shape as these big hearts, just FYI. But if you used a smaller one on here, you could do it. So, and then, of course, our standard Be Mine Stitched, which I didn't bring the stamp set out for this one. This is in our annual catalog, which is, it's a really beautiful heart stamp set. I mean, heart die set. We have other hearts die sets and so on. We also have our heart punches, which are really nice, and I am going to use today. So, and this punch right here will fit inside that stamp, so you can punch out that stamp. It is a different shape, but it will punch out within those borders. So, really cool that they coordinated with so many lovely things this month. I really, really enjoy it when they do that kind of coordination. In fact, I've got a little heart here to show you. I forgot about this. So this is what the heart punch looks like, so you can see how it fits within that stamp. So you can stamp and punch out with this heart. Okay. That's a lot of info. All right. So, but pretty cool that it coordinates with all of those things. See, I have my little cheat sheet here. Coordinates with all of those things. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about doing the original cards the way that the directions say to do them. Okay, and in here, like I said, you have your directions. It tells you what to do, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I am going to go through it and show you how. All right, is everybody still there? Please say hi when you jump on. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm Jeri Mobley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love doing paper pumpkin boxes. I think they're so much fun. So let's start with the red one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my bigger ink pad, but you can use the Stampin' Spot just as easily. So I just wanted you to know that that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to take these two pieces really quickly. Move that over there. And we're going to stamp these. So this one requires this cute little hearts and flowers stamp. This is Poppy Parade, by the way, for those of you wondering. And we're just going to stamp it right there between all of the little gold hearts and so on. Could have gotten a little bit better stamp on that, but I didn't. That's okay. All right, so now we're going to do the Sending Love Your Way. Try to get this straight. It's always harder when I'm not looking straight down on it. Pretty good. Okay. So there's that. And I'm actually going to set that aside. Okay, so before we make this card, what they originally want you to do is to fold your card and burnish that, and you have your card. I absolutely hate having a gorgeous design wasted on the back of my card, because very few people look at the back of their card. So even though I'm going to do the original, I'm going to cut the back off because I really want to save it for another card, okay? So I'm just going to show you how to basically save this for something else, is the idea, okay? If you want to just use that as a cover for another card, you can certainly do that. And instead, I'm going to use one of my own card bases. Now this one does open this way. You can certainly, I put this one on, as you can see, on one that opens this way. I'm going to go ahead and do this one this way just to show difference, okay? Hey, Marie. Now, if you're one of those people, like me, that is a little retentive, and I'm not going to say the first word. I can't stand those little punch out pokies that come from these, so I have to cut them off. Okay, so we're just going to put this straight up on top of this card base so that we can use that pretty pattern on something else. Because it's basically like DSP. Why waste it, right? Okay. So boom, we have it on the front of this one. So now we have our card base. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can put this down on this so that there's a little less border showing, or you can do it like this where it's just butted up against it. It's totally up to you. In the project, it shows it just butted up against it. It is easier to do. So what I'm going to do is just show you what I do to do it the other way, just so that you guys can see. So I go ahead and put adhesive on that side, and I'm going to just line it up. Oops, the edge. Like so. Okay, so that's an option as well. All right, so then we're going to take this piece and center that. You're happy that Valentine's is over for you. It's already over? Okay. Now this is up on dimensionals. And then we also have a little piece of ribbon under there. So let me show you how to do that. I'm actually going to put it like this. Leave just a little gap for my ribbon to sit under. I think it looks a little bit better. This one kind of is bumped up because I put it too close. So, oops, my sign is moving. Okay, so we're going to take our ribbon. Isn't it cool that this one came with a spool of ribbon? I mean, how about that? It's pretty awesome. I don't know how much is on there. I'd have to, I didn't measure, and I don't know if it says on the thing. I should have. I can at some point if you want me to, because I have my other one I haven't started. You have been preparing and selling since September. What do you mean you've been preparing and selling? For what? I mean, I know that holidays like absorb so many businesses, but I'm just curious what you're selling. Okay. So then I'm going to cut, and I don't want it to be quite that long, so I'm going to cut it. Let's see. I think I'm going to cut it like this. Oops, these are not my ribbon scissors. And you can tell they have lost some of their sharpness. Paper dulls scissors, guys. So you want to have a pair of scissors that is strictly for ribbon. Or fabric. Whatever. Oh, right. I forgot you worked at a florist. Oh my gosh. I'm sure you are so tired of Valentine's at this point. Sorry, I'm doing a Valentine's thing. I mean, you know, what do you do? So this is going to go right here. So we want our bow to kind of fit right there. Okay. I'm going to put it like as if it was right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a glue dot on my bow. So I'm going to put a little glue dot right there. Oh no, I just untied it. No, no, no. No, come back. Huh. Okay, look, I just did that. Okay. I don't know how I did that. I just grabbed the bow funny. Okay, so this is going to go right here. So we want it right there. Like so. And then we'll take this off. Our little release papers. Yeah, Valentine's floral stuff is crazy. When my daughter, I think I told you this already, but my daughter was in high school and she was doing pom. we did, the moms we delivered for Valentine's Day for a local florist as a way to, as a fundraising. And oh my goodness, was that crazy. That was just crazy. What did I do with my, sorry. Okay, these are my leftover hearts from doing my previous one, and I had a lot left over because I actually used a couple other ones, and I'll show you what I did, but I'm just going to use these for this one. So my alternatives show what you can make with one kit. So this is actually from my second kit. So there's different size stars and hearts in this. And you want one of the little tiny ones to go on the envelope like that. And also a tiny one over here. And then a big star and a little star. Okay? So it just has 4 little things on it like that. All right. So that card is complete. Which way do you like it? Do you like it with the big thing on the side or this way? I think I like it this way. Oh, that's so cute, Marie. That is so cute. So you made all those cards so people could give them to their Valentines, like their hubbies and their boyfriends and such. That's so nice of you. Okay. Does anybody have an opinion? Which one do you like better? Just curious. Okay. So, now we're going to do this one right here. So once again, I am going to go ahead and cut this card base because I want to keep the back, but I am going to show you the actual original design of the card. So if you want to fold this card and use it the way it is, you can. Or if you have some white cardstock and you would like to save this piece for another card, you can. You don't have to make any of the cards this way if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. It's your kit, okay? So I'm just going to take another white card base like I did before and pop this on there like that. Okay, so on this one we are going to stamp, where's my little, uh-oh, I don't know what happened to my little piece. I'm going to steal one from my other kit. I had like 3 or 4 left over from the last one, so no big deal. Okay. So I'm going to stamp again with our Poppy Parade. Ooh, sorry, that was squeaky. You like the smaller edge? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. I wish everyone would say hi. I don't know why people are being shy. I promise I won't bite your head off or anything. Okay, I'm gonna have to get over this one just a little bit. Hopefully it won't get in the camera here. So we're just gonna put this in the center of, and I hold it down for just a minute, let that ink soak in. I'm just putting it in the center of that heart. And voila. Such a pretty heart. I love the heart of hearts is what I'm calling that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So then we're going to take our little U stamp and we're going to put it on this tiny little piece of paper. I really have to get over this one. Ta-da! That one's a little tiny bit crooked, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is not Hallmark, it's handmade, right? Okay. So on this one, we are going to put some ribbon across here. Now, I like to cheat because I like to save my ribbon. I don't want to waste it. There's no point in putting ribbon back here because you can't see it. So what I do is I take my piece of ribbon and I just fold over an edge. And then I'll cut right there and fold over that edge. And I need to make sure it's straight. Make sure it's straight. Okay. Probably didn't need it to be quite that long, but that's okay. All right, so now I can move that out of the way. I like to put a little bit of adhesive, it didn't come off, on the end of my ribbon there, just to make sure that it stays. And then we're gonna go ahead and lay this down. And I lined it up so that these three edges are basically borders, even borders, hopefully. Okay, like so. And then we're gonna take the little scallop piece. Again, you could make this smaller if you want to. The only reason I'm not on this one is because it takes up some more of this white space down here. We call it white space, so it's just empty. Okay, so this needs dimensionals, the love. Remember, you can make more of those if you have that one bundle. It's really nice. And I like that bundle a lot because it's got always and love with the... That's right, we're handcrafted, not Hallmark. Oh, I'm so sorry, Virginia. You didn't like this kit. I thought it was pretty cute. I'm sorry that you didn't like it. I'm going to take the U and I'm going to put a small dimensional, a little baby one, over here on this end, only on this end. And I'll show you why in a minute. So just the right side under the U, basically. And now I need to make a bow real quick. Oh, you did. You did like it. I thought you said you didn't. I was like, wait, what? Yes, it was cute. It was very cute. And I am going to show you the add-on kit as well. In fact, I'm going to make something with you online today because I thought, you know what? Let's just make something together. So we're going to make one of the little boxes together. When I say together, I mean I'm going to have you guys tell me what to do. Like, help me with mystery stamping, if you will. Okay. That's a cute bow. I actually made that one pretty small, which is nice. So we're gonna cut those off. That one's a little longer than the other side. Cut that off a little more. Okay. Cute bow. It's so tiny. All right. So now we're gonna take the love and we're going to put this down. Right there. So it's overlapping the ribbon a little bit. Then we're going to take the U and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this side so that when I put it down it kind of holds on to the love. And I took the release paper off and I'm going to put it down here. Love you. And it's kind of holding on to there. And then this we're going to put a... the kit comes with a sheet of these. I'm just using the roll because it's easier for me, but you can use the sheet ones. Hello, Marie. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Hi, Virginia. Virginia, is this your first time on? I don't recognize your name, but I'm terrible with names, so I don't know. Okay, there we go. Now we're just gonna put our fun little doodads on here. So this one actually has quite a few. So we're gonna use one of the big hearts, and we're gonna put it over this red one, like that. Then it has one here, which is it's not the medium one, but the small and not the tiny. So it's the smaller one, but not the tiny. Okay, and we're gonna put that over that one. It is upside down, which is kind of weird, but whatever. This one right here is one of the tiny ones. Is it? No. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I think that is a medium one. Sorry, I think this one is the small and this is the medium. This one right here. I told you the wrong thing. It looked like it was the small one, but it's not. It's a medium. Okay, and then there's also a medium here. Mine's giving me fits. Okay, there's one. And then there is a tiny, tiny one over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that one. And that is that card. Ta-da! I think my love is a little higher on that one. Kind of like it a little bit higher. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So that is the original 2 designs. So let me show you some of the other designs that I came up with. And I'm going to start with my, my layout that I did. So I tried to do a layout with every one of these, and I did pull in a couple of papers to add to it just because I wanted a little variety since there were only 2 designs, and I did use these on my scrapbook page. So I went ahead and pulled in a couple of designs from 2 paper pads that coordinate, and that is the Paper Pack Snail Mail, and I used this red heart, this stripe, and this little squirrely one. And then I also used the polka dot from the True Love, which actually matches the boxes in the add-on kit. So I did do that. Okay, so here it is. This is how it turned out. I know you can't see all of it at once, so I'll kind of do this. So as you can see, I used the heart piece, about a 1.5 inch piece, and then a small strip of black from a 12-inch, but you could use a regular one and just cut an 11-inch piece and just cut it and let it hide behind this piece here, because there'll be a 1-inch gap, but no one will ever know. Same thing over here. You can do the same thing and just leave the gap. Okay, that's a way to trick, to use your paper and in a trick way. So I matted all these pieces with black, and I cut all of these pieces down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then the black pieces are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is a regular card size. So all of these pieces of paper or card fronts are on a matte, a black matte. Okay, so here's that polka dot I was talking about. Then I added a white piece here. This is just our white cardstock. I did add one of the snails from the add-on kit. However, you can stamp this if you don't have the add-on kit. It is right, that same snail right there, and just color it however you want. I did use the pool party for the background, and I used the a couple of the other little stamps in the set for this. And then along with the little hearts, I brought in the matte black dots, and those coordinate with the Valentine set as well. Okay, so that is how I made that. I think it turned out pretty darn cute. Marie actually made one, and I was trying really hard not to do anything you did, Marie, because I was like, oh, I can't do that because she did it. So one of the things I love to do, if I can, if there's a good stamp set in there to do it with, is to put stamps in the background, and she actually did that in her layout. She used the XOXO all over the back page so that this is almost like a designer series paper, which was really nice. So she did a great job. Hey, Melissa. Well, we're glad to have you, Virginia. Hope you come back. We're here every Saturday at 2, so 2 Central. Okay, so that is the layout I made. Now let me show you some of the card examples. So this is the first 2 cards I did, and I made them gatefolds. So this is a white card base, and I just made them into a gatefold, which is really easy because it's just a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and then you just score at 2 1/8 on both sides, and you get a gatefold. Okay, so I cut this card front piece down. to 4 by 5 1/4, and then I cut it in half. I'm sorry, 4 by 5 1/4, and then I cut it at 2. So I have my 2 pieces that come together with the gates. Then I simply got a piece of black cardstock and made it just 1/4 inch bigger than this piece so that it had a border, and I did the same thing on this one. On this one, you'll notice I didn't cut down this card front. I simply cut it in half at 2 1/8. So there's 2 options there that you have. The thing I like about cutting off the borders first is it leaves me with these border pieces, which I can use later. So it just extends my card ability a little bit further, and I kind of like the border around it, but it's completely up to you which way you like that. I know that's probably kind of hard to see because it's on a white sheet, but I like the little white border. Okay, so while I did this essentially the same as the other card, I didn't put the ribbon across it, but otherwise I did pretty much the same thing. But I also didn't put on any of these little guys on this particular card because I wanted to see how I could stretch those. Now I do have plenty left, so I could come back and put some on there. But because of the gold foiling, I didn't feel like it had to have anything, so I just didn't put anything on that one. This one, I left off the ribbon and I added one of the little snails. Again, if you don't have the add-on pack that has the little snails, you can stamp that snail, okay? Oh, Marie, it's totally okay. I can come up with other stuff, trust me. But when I saw it, I went, oh, that's totally something I would do. In fact, I think I did it a couple of, I don't know if it was last Halloween or the Halloween before. We did a whole bunch of stamping on the background. I do that too. So it was very cute, Marie. And I think she posted that on my page. So if you're interested in looking at that, you can go into my page and see that somewhere. If not, Marie, if you want to post it on this link when you're done, or if you want to post it again, that would be great. So there's those first 2 cards. Basically the same, but just changed into a gatefold and made a few little changes. Okay. The next few, I took my pieces like this and I cut them in half at 2 1/8. And in this case, I used them together. So I put one on one end and one on the other. I used 2 of these strips underneath this piece. And I put Hi Valentine straight on this piece. So, and that came from the stamp set. And then I added one of the little snails, which again, you can stamp. And this is up on dimensionals as well. And I still did 3 of the little, I didn't do as many because I felt like I was wasting them, but I did still do 3. And again, this is on my card base, so it's just white card base. And that's a 4 1/4 by 11. So that's that one. I like this one. I think this is cute. I taught you well. Oh, Marie, you're so sweet. I'm so glad. You're so sweet. Okay. So then the other 2, I used one, I did the same way, but just with that piece. So you can see it's the same, essentially the same design. The only thing I did different is I made a mat for this instead of using the scallops. I just didn't use the petal pink piece. I only used the Poppy Parade piece, and I scooted it over just a little bit so it left a border on this edge. I hope you can see that. Okay, so that's the only difference there. Now this one is completely different, but I want to show it to you. So I did use that other half of the petal pink, and I matted it with the poppy and with black, and it's only matted on the sides, so it goes all the way to the top and bottom on both of those. Then I stamped Be Mine over and over again here and put the little black dots in between. These hearts are from the punches, so if you didn't see that at the beginning, the heart punch set that we have, the inside and the outside. So I stamped on white cardstock the mini hearts, this stamp right here, and then punched that out. Punch this out in black, and then this paper is from the True Love DSP, and I used red behind that one. And then the little hearts are from, the little hearts are from the Floral Heart dies. But you could use, the only reason I didn't use these hearts is because they would have disappeared on the petal pink. so I wanted it to stand out. So that's a cute little design, a way that you could do that. Oh, Marie, you're so sweet. Oh, that's a cute heart, Marie. I like that. So I think this turned out cute. It's got a lot of white space on this side, but for me, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. I know some people don't like white space at all, and others love it. So it's just kind of a half and half one, but I think it turned out pretty cute. Let me show you some more heart ones. So I used that punch a couple more times. So this one is the red, of course, this pattern, but I cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5. You made all of yours up different, and they're all in the mail. Oh, cute. I'm so glad to hear that, Virginia. Congratulations. I love it when people are creative. It's great to, as Rachel Tessman says, think outside the box. So, again, I took a piece of petal pink paper and stamped that with the Heart of Hearts. And this is, again, paper from the True Love, which is the same as the boxes in the add-on kit. Added one of the little snails and put Hi Valentine. And then I've got the little hearts and the dots here. So these were matted with black as well, of course. I thought that one turned out pretty darn cute. And then this one is the petal pink. These are just tiny little strips left over. So I had a piece like this, but that was long, and I just cut it in half with my trimmer. So it would be nice and long and skinny, and I put that on top of this. Now this is a piece of paper that is our regular basic white paper, a strip that I then stamped with the exos and those little fun designs and the heart from the Snail, this heart right here. So, and I used I used both colors of ink, so I also used the petal pink on that one. Obviously, I used the petal pink here as well. And the other thing I want to show you is that this, where did I put it? Oh, one of the other coordinating products is the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. This label right here is one of the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punches. So I made a strip of black that was a little wider. It's 1 inch wide, and I think 3 inches long is what I did. And then I just punched that out here, and that punched out what I needed for this to have a border that matched it. So that's pretty cool. I really love the coordination they're doing these days. I think it's fantastic, because you're able to expand your kit if you're more of an avid stamper and you want to do more. So this background heart is from the True Love, and this one I stamped. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope you like all these. Does everybody like all these alternatives? I'm not getting a ton of comments. I'm not sure. So here's the other half of this piece that I made, because it was a full card front. So I made one big piece and then I cut it in half. And then I used some scallops that I made myself from the Be Mine stitched dies out of the Poppy Parade paper. And I put that on the 2 edges there. Matted this with black. And this is pretty simple. I just did the love and the U like that. And there's no embellishments on this one. Okay, so that one was pretty simple. I really love making my own DSP, if you will. I think it's really cool. Great, I'm glad, Cheryl. I was wondering because y'all weren't saying anything. Okay, there aren't a lot of cards in this kit. There were 8, so I couldn't make as many as I sometimes do, and I liked using bigger pieces of the paper, but I think I made quite a few actually when it came down to it. Plus I made a layout. So this one I really enjoy. So it might be odd to you, but this one is the petal pink piece trimmed down to 3 1/4 by 5. I'm sorry, 3 3/4 by 5, matted with a 4 by 4 and 5 1/4, and then of course on your regular card base, okay, white card base. Then I took the strips that I had like this from cutting down some of my other pieces, and I just glued them across following these white lines. And I also took a strip of black cardstock, really skinny. This is like 1/8 of an inch. And did that in between. So I made kind of a fun little design. And then I stamped, this is my own from, because I ran out of these. So I stamped the love and cut that out with the die. Did the U, added a snail, and 2 of our cute little, did I leave that out? Oh yeah, the little heart charms. I love these, you guys. These are the coolest. I'm going to stock up on these. I totally love them. And then I also added some red rhinestones. 1, 2, 3 on this one. I think this one turned out really cute. I like things that are different, and I think this is super different and cute. Thank you. I'm glad somebody else likes it. I was like, is anybody else going to like this? I like it. Thanks, Marie. Okay. So the last 2 cards I have to show you are these 2. And this one, I simply took these 2 pieces like this, put them in my trimmer at the same time, and cut them at 1.5 inches. And then I switched which one was with which. And then made a 1/4 of an inch piece like this, and cut those at 5.5, of course, to add on that little stripe. Oh, my little piece moved. Push. Okay. That one moved too. How did that happen? I bet I had a cat playing with my cards. So these are from the thing, but you could certainly stamp yours and cut them out if you want to. I love that these are punch outs. It's really nice. But this right here is from the Snailed It set and die set. You can see the little bubble die there. So I stamped that and cut those out. And then I took my Be Mine stamp from, sorry, hold on. I'm dropping cards everywhere. Then I took my Be Mine, this one right here, and I just cut it, which, you know, some people are scared to do that, but you can use it again the way it was, just set it back together. And I just cut that and stamped those on here with the red. So I thought those turned out really, really cute. They're simple, but I think they're adorable. And then I used the little black dots on here for just a little added embellishment. Now, the other thing you can use for an embellishment is the Resin Hearts that come with the snail mail set. So that's an option as well. And let's see. Let's count what we have. We have 1. Do you guys like this one? I like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. These are the original. So I have 13 cards instead of 8, plus a layout that I was able to get from the kit with just adding on some extra cardstock. And I used a couple of coordinating products, obviously, but you don't have to. You can use whatever you have. So anyway, you can definitely expand your card kit if you want to. And I think these turned out super cute. There's a lot of great designs I thought of that I didn't get to because I only had so many pieces of paper that I could have done. And there's a lot out there as well. In fact, in your kit, where did it go? In your kit, it came with the little Love Boxes add-on page so that if you haven't already purchased it, you can. Let me show you what that looks like. So this is the add-on pack, and it has 20, I believe, of these little boxes. Okay, and I will show you how to put one together. We'll put one together here. So these are cute little boxes to put little trinkets in or whatever you want to give, something fun, even just candy, whatever. More of these labels, which there are 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6, so 24 of the labels. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, also 24 of the snails. And you get 2 different colors of the snails. So, and of course the regular kit came with red envelopes. I don't know if you guys, obviously you saw that if you have the kit, but it came with red envelopes, which I adore. I love the colored envelopes. I wish we had colored envelopes that match all of our stuff, but we don't. But there you go. Colored envelopes Aren't those gorgeous? I love it. Don't you wish, you guys, everybody email Stampin' Up! And tell them that you want to have envelopes in every color. Or at least some of the favorites out there. Something. I love them. Okay, so it also had some alternatives here for, some box examples, I guess I should say, on here. One of the things about this stamp set and bundle that is so cute is it makes this cute little envelope. And I thought we might make one of those today if you guys were interested in doing that. So, yes, you can also do that. Of course, you can color your hearts. You can use blends on anything. We could even use a blender on this to make it a different color. I believe that's what they did with this box right here. But you don't have to do that either. But let me show you how this works. So this cute little box, if you haven't got one of the add-on kits, I recommend them. They're adorable. And these boxes, these are a mini paper pumpkin box, but a mini paper pumpkin box is basically what it is. So we have mini paper pumpkin boxes that you can buy that are about the size of a stamp set, maybe a little smaller than that. Yeah, they're a little smaller than that. They're the size of a note card is what they are. But anyway, they're smaller than the original, but these are tiny. Look at this, you guys. This cute little tiny box. You could put, you know, a Reese's in there maybe, or a little bit of candy, or some other fun little, maybe jewelry if you're giving jewelry away. I don't know. But these are adorable. I think these are so cute. So, what they did on here was they took one of their, where is it? I had a piece ready to go. You can make a belly band with one of your card bases if you want to. Let me show you. I'm going to make this one real quick. So they took this and they made a belly band, which you probably only need about an inch. I'm going to say maybe even 3/4 of an inch. Let's do 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to cut 3/4 of an inch twice. And of course we still have this piece to use on something else. All right, and so what they did is they made a belly band with this. So I think I want to do it like this. So we're gonna just make that a little tighter, make that a little tighter. Like so. Yes, Dove Heart chocolate candy. That would be perfect, Cheryl. That's a great idea. Hey, Sandra. Did you just jump on? Okay, it looks like we don't even need quite that big of a piece for the back. So you could probably go with half of this. I think I'll go with half of it. So we'll just cut this at 275 because that's half of 5 and a half. And we can always use this for a second box, or we can use this for behind like a sentiment strip or something. Or you can stamp right on it as a sentiment strip. And then this piece we will just glue on here to hold it together. So I'm going to use just a little bit of adhesive on this right at the end, and right at the end, put that back on there. Holding it is the hardest part. And we're gonna cover that up like that and like that. Ta-da! And then you can slip that off and push it, make it a little tighter. I mean, a little bit more snug, the adhesive part. I feel like it's a little tight, so I'm gonna back it off just a little bit. If y'all can hear my dogs going crazy at the door, they probably see a squirrel. Or smell a squirrel. They have amazing senses of smell. They smell squirrels out there and they go nuts. Okay. Cute. So cute. Okay. So, on this belly band, we are going to add some ribbon, and they went around twice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit right here, and I'm just going to stick it in there. Oh, hey girl, I've been there, done that. I have insomnia all the time, and I end up waking up at crazy hours. So I feel ya. I feel ya. I think I twisted that one. All right, and we'll just stick that into the glue there. Don't want to squish our box. Don't squish the box. Okay. And then we are going to make a bow. Well, at least you got some sleep. You know, sometimes people who have insomnia like us don't even get to sleep, so mine's usually just weird hours. And it makes it hard though, especially when you're trying to work a job like I am. I mean, it may be this job, but still. Ribbon, scissors. At least I can make my own hours, but you know, still I have to be up for certain things, so. And it is easier to work during the day. So, okay, I'm not going to put that down quite yet. Now, I'm going to grab, bear with me, hold on. I'm going to grab some Pool Party. These are my scraps. Let's see. I think that will work. I have hiccups, you guys. Seriously, I'm going to drink some of this beautiful green smoothie. Just remember, if anybody wants my recipe for my smoothie, I will be happy to share it. Just send it to me. Okay. I mean, send me a text. Okay, so they took this die and cut out one of these. I'm going to grab my Big Boss real quick, just because this is kind of a wider piece. I know that gets close to the camera. Sorry about that. We'll pop this on here. And just run that through. And it makes this cute little envelope. It's so cute, you guys. So it makes this cute little envelope. And so you just, let's see, I wonder which way they, yeah, they have it that way. Okay. So you make your little envelope like this. Use my bone folder on here to so cute. Okay, so then you just take your, I'm gonna say that either the white glue, like you can make a little line of white glue down these two edges. I'm gonna put a little dot here to hold that, and then these two edges, just a little bit, really thin line. I love this cute little envelope. I just think it's so stinking cute. It'd be really cute on the front of a card with a little message in it. They even have the little, where'd it go? Where'd my, oh, here. They even have this little letter, like, piece that you can put inside. It's so cute. I love it. Okay. So we have the little envelope, and they took one of the little snails and just set him in there, like he's coming out of the envelope. So I don't know if they actually put him in there. I think they did. They glued him down. So we'll glue it down too. Okay. And I'm going to take this and put it down with a glue dot. Like so. And then this we will put down. Now I only want to glue this on the part of the band, only the band is what I'm trying to say. So we don't want it to glue down to the box itself, because then you won't be able to open it. So we're gonna just put it on that part. So I'm actually going to put glue here, I think. You know what? That's going to be hard. I'm going to use glue glue. Let's use glue glue. Why not? Regular glue works. We can do that. And we're just going to hold him down for a second. Then we need, I've got glare, sorry. I'm trying to see this. Now they used their embossing machine to do the XO. I'm not going to do that right now. Our embossing machine, their heating tool. I'm not going to do embossing powder right now, so FYI. Come on, stick. I may have to take this off and hold it like that. Okay, so we'll use one of these little, let's see, what sentiment strip do we want to use? What do you guys want to do? I know, isn't the cute little envelope awesome? I know, it's so cute. Well, they did put on a few little embellishments, so I'm going to use a few of these little baby hearts. So actually, let me wait until I'm going to wait on that. Let's wait until we put the sentiment strip on. Okay, so we're going to put a sentiment strip on. This is now stuck to that from the glue. Whoop. Okay, so I do like the red. What if we just take a white piece and stamp XOXO in red? How about that? I think that'll look good. What do you guys think? Since we have white, we have red ink already, that would make sense. I think I'm going to use a smaller piece here. I did it upside down, doesn't matter. Okay, because I'm going to cut it anyway. That's funny though. I didn't realize I had it upside down when I was doing it. Okay, so we can cut this little piece. And then they just did a slant cut on theirs. So let's do that because it's cute. Why not? Try to get the slant the same. There we go. Okay. It's a little close over here, but that's okay. Still cute. Yeah, that's cute. You guys like that? I think it's cute. Okay. So then we'll just put some... Admittedly, I do like the red, but I'm not going to do a embossing thing right now. That's a lot of work to do on camera. I just wanted it to be a quick thing for you guys. Yeah, I know. It's so cute. Okay. So now let's add a few of these. We're going to do one of the little, we're going to do the small one and then two of the tiny ones. So a tiny one here and a tiny one like right there. So that is one example of something you can do with one of the little boxes. You can do all kinds of things. You can use any of the paper. You can take this paper and cut it down and make small, like little mini cards out of it and put that on the front. You can do, you name it, you can do it. I mean, there's all kinds of options. Cut some of these hearts out or something, and oh, I kind of like that. I might add that. I might add that to that. Add a little bit of red. You know, add some hearts to it, whatever you want to do. So they have several options on here for things that you can do with your little boxes. But, you know, the sky's the limit. Use your imagination and do whatever works best for you. Does anybody have any questions before I leave? I think we had so much fun today. What about you guys? I really enjoyed this kit. I think it was super cute. Oh, by the way, I'm glad Sandra's on today because I did a drawing ahead of time for my paper pumpkin people, and Sandra won the drawing. Let me show you what you won, Sandra. I think you'll be excited. I mean, if you have it already, just let me know. But Sandra won the Berry Blessings stamp set, which is the blueberry set that coordinates with the strawberry set in the spring kit, and it's from the Celebration catalog. So you won the drawing for this week, Sandra. So congratulations on that. Yeah, I know. The heart with the, oh, you like this? With the little heart behind it? Yeah, that's pretty cute. Yeah, I think I'm going to add that to it. That's pretty cute. Alrighty, guys. I hope you had fun. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you next Saturday for our club drawing at 2. And then those of you that are actually in the club, we will jump on our live for that at 2, and then you will receive the videos for club. Hopefully you got all the club stuff last week. Oh, you know what? Before I jump off, let me just tell you guys, this is next month's paper pumpkin. I can share a couple other things with you too, but this is next month's paper pumpkin, and there is an exclusive, let's see, it contains enough supplies to do 8 cards, but it includes a free stencil or free stencils and a stamping sponge so that you can try some new techniques. And the stencils are these cute little stencils here, and they have mountains and scenery, clouds, sunburst, and stars like night sky. And then they even show you the cards this month. I'm so excited. They've never done that before, and they are so cute. You guys, these are so, so cute. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for this kit. So I'm excited that they're adding this fun little extra thing in there for us, which is going to be so awesome. So I can see myself using this a ton, to be honest with you. So yeah, so if you aren't doing Paper Pumpkin now, I highly encourage you to sign up or re-sign up. And if you are, then yay, I'm super excited about that. Here's my February host code if anybody needs it. I will set that there so you can write that down if you need it. With a $50 order this month, you get the hearts for free, which is really nice. If you haven't signed up for March Card Club yet, this is one of the samples for that. You have until the 21st to sign up for that. And if you need one of my upcoming classes, club, Paper Pumpkin Box Extras, and Paper Crafting 101 sheets so that you know what's coming up, please let me know. This is the April class. I know I've got a lot out here right now, but this is the April class. We're doing the hydrangea stuff, and this is so cute. These cards turned out so stinking cute. Here's the third one. And then if you want to do this class and you like to scrapbook, there's a scrapbook add-on. Also, per the request of my club members, I am looking at doing an add-on scrapbook for my club for those of you that live local and can get the 12 by 12 paper that way. And last but not least, if you would like to do my bingo and purchase from me, or you're one of my team members, you should have already received one of these or should be already receiving one. But if you are someone who has not already become one of my customers, I'm happy to send you a catalog and anything else you need, including our bingo. And our bingo gives you the opportunity to choose one of these items for free during the spring catalog run. So if you have any questions, please text me at this number. I will be happy to answer any of your questions, or you can email me. You can find my email on my website. And I love every single one of you. So have a great weekend, you guys. Bye-bye. God bless.